Welcome to Module 2.5, the Minimum Viable Product and Rapid Prototyping. This is part of the Interreg Italia-Malta INO project, although all materials have been developed here at the Centre for Entrepreneurship and Business Incubation at the University of Malta. As you can see, 2.5 fits within Track 2 of the INO curriculum, and this provides an overview of products and services, the two options that you have when you sell things from any enterprise. So making the right product. The minimum viable product and rapid prototyping now go hand in hand in modern business thinking. Historically, businesses tended to do research and development in-house until the product and its production process had reached the best possible outcome, since it was assumed that only the best possible product would sell well. What constituted best possible was often defined by the enterprise's technical team, rather than what the customers actually wanted. Ideally, the customer can be much more involved. Prototyping is nothing new. It's not new, of course. During any normal research and development, a prototype may be created simply to test whether the proposed product is fit for purpose. It may also be that for complex products, different components of the product are created as separate prototypes as part of the overall R&D strategy. For example, in car manufacture, it may be that different teams create the prototypes of an engine and of the gearbox. Prototyping, getting feedback. Feedback simply from the designers or the production team is critical, but only gives part of the story. It can answer the question as to whether the product does what the designers and production team expected, but it does not answer the questions as to whether the product does what the customer wants. For that, we simply need to ask them. The minimum viable product, or MVP. Early customer feedback is vital in ensuring that products provide the benefits that customers want. The modern approach is to create a prototype that has the minimum number of features needed to offer a customer a solution to the problem it addresses. This is the minimum viable product, or MVP. The product does not need to be perfect, as it is expected to evolve as customer feedback is received. Alpha and beta release. Particularly with software, products are now released as pre-launch versions. The earliest versions are often called alpha releases, while versions closer to market ready are often called beta releases. Many businesses release such versions for a limited time and often free of charge. By giving feedback that will help improve the product, customers may be offered future discounts. Rapid prototyping. It follows that the quicker a prototype can be provided to customers for feedback, then the quicker the market-ready product can be finalized. A small ice cream maker can quickly generate a new flavor and get customer feedback via tastings. By contrast, the famous Concorde aircraft had 850,000 components that had to be tested. 20 Concordes were built, 14 entered airline service, and there were 2 prototypes, 2 pre-production models, and 2 first-off-the-line production models. So rapid prototyping is going to differ according to the sector that you're in. Quite easy with ice cream, extremely difficult with aircraft. 3D printing has helped enormously to make certain objects very easily and very quickly. Modern technology allows 3D printers to make three-dimensional objects out of many materials, but plastic in particular. There's a short video that we recommend that you watch. It's just over 2 minutes, and you can do that by clicking on the link. Individual customer feedback. Having a bespoke suit tailored usually involves various fittings, during which the customer gives feedback to the tailor. This is individual customer feedback for a one-off, high-value item. During a wine tasting, lots of individual feedback may be received from multiple testers, and some kind of summary response has to be determined. The use of online polls nowadays, in combination with social media, can generate summaries of individual customer feedback, sometimes from thousands and thousands of people, very quickly indeed. It's a very powerful tool. The face-to-face focus group is different. Some opinions are very subjective. One example is that of whether you enjoyed a movie. Filmmakers now often shoot several different endings to a film, and then get audience feedback from different early showings about what they thought of the ending, a form of focus group. Importantly, focus groups are often led by a moderator who asks a number of questions directed towards getting a clear summary of customer opinion. The game slice approach. Unlike a full movie, Computer game slices are part-developed software segments that can allow the player to test the game in just one scene. If enough players enjoy that slice, then the company may decide to go forward and develop the whole game. This is a form of fast-to-fail approach, since the product is simply not taken forward if players are not enthusiastic. Offers a cost saving over creating a product that would not be received well, of course. The free-for-a-period approach. Some years ago, the BMW plant in Cowley, Oxford in the UK, developed an electric version of the famous Mini. The Mini was a little different in that the rear seat was entirely taken up with the battery for the electric motor. A number were made and provided for several weeks, free of charge, to academics from the University of Malta and others to use, and then to give feedback about what they liked and what they did not like. How much feedback is enough? Current thinking is that it is better to get any product onto the market quickly, since later versions can always be developed utilizing customer feedback. And so enough feedback is that which indicates customers would perceive value for the product's benefits at the price that the business would need to charge in order to make a profit. The trick is to get to that position quickly. Later versions. Once on the market, further versions of products and services can be launched with additional features that offer further benefits. For example, mobile phones now routinely have powerful cameras built into them, a distinctly new feature that offers benefits for the phone user. Other versions may just be improvements, known in business schools as incremental innovations, or simply an extended range of product colours. In the normal lecture, that would be the end of the presentation, where I would ask you to pose any questions, but for now, I just simply thank you for watching.